This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Easier question, maybe easier question. So why do you like Japan so much? Don't say the bitches.
Shit.
USA, Japan, perfect, perfect, perfect. You win.
Hi everybody, it's Papa Tikyo. Welcome to the Guesthouse interview series. Anyway, this is Hugo. He's French. He's Senmon Gakse. He's like a vocational school student here. He's not a college student. And he's got a really interesting perspective about his experiences up until now in Japan. And he's going to share that with us today. Some people ask me why I'm not in the video. It's because I'm in every fucking video. These videos are about these guys I'm interviewing. And anyway, let's get to it. Bam!
Bam.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you a bunch of questions then. Okay, first off, tell us your name, age, where you're from.
My name is Hugo, I'm 26 and I'm from France.
From France.
France.
From France.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu. Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
Okay, so what part of France are you from?
Oh, it's a very small island. Even French people doesn't know it. That's a boring part of France.
You're from an island in France? You're not even from France? You're an island France guy?
It's France. I mean, it's 30 minutes ferry from real France, I guess.
How many people live on your island?
It's about like maybe 3,000.
Wow.
It's really small.
You're from from really Inaka countryside.
Yes, pretty much.
Have you ever been to Paris?
I've been to Paris, but never for a long time. It's probably the worst part in France, so not a big fan of Paris.
Fuck Paris.
Fuck Paris.
Yeah, fuck those fucking motherfuckers. Okay. So, how long have you been living in Japan?
I'm living in Japan for over 5 years now. I arrived, about 5 years ago with a working holiday. Then I did 2 years in a Japanese language school, and I just graduated from the vocational school.
So how many years in total?
Now it should be 5 years and a few months probably.
Okay. Pause, guys. Pause camera. Hugo, speak a little bit louder, okay? Just speak a little bit louder because it's picking you up. This mic's supposed to be strong, but it's a little bit low.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you do in Japan? What do you do in Japan right now?
Now I'm in Japan with Tokutei Katsudo visa. It's a visa which is basically done for me to look for a work, which is not so easy, regarding the situation now with the virus.
Yeah, must be tough.
That's a bit difficult. I have 6 months. It's renewable, but the job research is just made completely impossible. So
well, we'll get into that in a second. But why don't you? So how's your Japanese level?
I intend the N2, the JLPT N2 twice, and I failed twice.
Nice.
Then,
me too.
For reading and writing, I'm probably N3 level, maybe super early N2. But for speaking, I guess my speaking level is quite good. I mean,
what? Okay. Well, you came here on working holiday, and then you were a student for 2 years at a Japanese language school, and then you're a student for 2 more years at a Senmon Gakko.
That's it.
Okay. So, so your Japanese is decent enough, I guess. Did you have to? So for anybody who doesn't know, a Senmon Gakko is basically a school where you have to it's basically it's a vocational school, so you're learning a trade versus going to a college that has a lot of different academics courses and categories. And so he's attending a vocational school, which normal is it? Can foreigners attend vocational schools and get a visa?
Yeah, of course, it's totally possible for everyone. Like the only thing you have to get is a decent level in Japanese, because of course all the classes are in Japanese, and I guess in Japanese vocational school there are not even English classes.
Ugh. Well, yeah, I was curious about that because, it's like like in order like a Japanese vocational school is not it's not like a language school. It's not meant for foreigners originally. It's meant for Japanese people, right?
It's basically meant for Japanese people, but well, these days even Japan is getting more and more open to the world.
Yeah.
And so, well, basically the first one to arrive are Asian people, especially Chinese and Korean. So maybe in this school, out of every students in the school, maybe 2/3 of them are Japanese.
Yeah.
And the other 1/3 is basically only Chinese and Korean.
Oh wow!
I was the only white, the only European guy in this school. So.
Oh wow! So you really was that on purpose?
Not at all.
Well, I mean, like when I came to Japan, I moved to Chiba because I wanted to be as far away from other foreigners as possible because I wanted to really immerse myself in Japan.
Yes, actually, I chose my Japanese language school like this. Like there were no other European as well, and I know that most Chinese people. Korean can speak English, but most Chinese people can hardly speak English.
Yeah.
So going to a Japanese language school, like you want to learn Japanese and nothing else. So
yeah,
since Japanese was the only way to communicate with everybody, that was better, I think.
Okay, well, okay, so maybe easier question. So why do you like Japan so much? Don't say the bitches.
Shit. No,
okay,
actually,
you can say the bitches, but I mean, what else?
No, I'm not like this. I don't like to pay for this. No, I like Japan since I am a kid. Probably like I was watching many animes like.
What
Naruto,
animes did you watch when you were a kid?
Naruto, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter.
Wait, did you watch in Japanese or French?
I watched in Japanese with the subtitles.
Wow.
With English subtitles because it was the first one to come. But
nice.
yes, so basically I liked animes. Well, now I'm not so fond of anime anymore.
Really?
I mean, yes. I mean, it was just 1 year. I was a fucking nerd in front of my computer all day long watching animes. But then I began to draw, and at school we had this geographic class.
Uh-huh.
And we learned a lot about Japan and Japanese culture. And that was really good. So I began to love Japan for its culture instead of just anime and manga.
Do you think it's not cool to like Japan just because you like anime and manga?
No, I think most of at least French people who are coming for anime and mangas, and they are going back to France disappointed because
why?
They're thinking that the life here is just the same as in anime.
What's different about it?
Like people here has a life too, and it's not as happy as we usually think, I think.
Well, I mean, like, that's one thing that's funny. If you go to, like, any guest house or youth hostel, you'll see so many French people around. Like you guys, like I think most of the Europeans I meet on TV commercials and auditions and stuff, like 90% are French. Why are there so many French people coming to Japan all the time?
I don't know. That's true. You go to Harajuku or Yoyogi Park, you can hear French almost as much as English.
Well, is there a lot of like Japanese stuff in France or something, or like?
So only the mangas and animes.
That's it.
That's the main reason people are coming here for. I mean,
do you ever feel like angry or like kind of like kimochi waru, like a little bit of cringe when you see French people coming here and they like anime and manga?
Yes, like many of them think that in Japan you can wear cosplay while going out all the time, and they think maybe not everybody but many people are doing this while not even Japanese are actually doing it. I mean, if you go to Harajuku, of course there will be few people wearing like cosplay or things, but that's usually not the cute girl you think. It's more like old guys.
Like old guys or ugly fat women.
That happens too, but old guys mainly, I'd say.
Did you ever cosplay ever in your life?
No. That could be a good idea.
If you wanted to cosplay, who would you cosplay as first? If I could get you a costume.
I don't know. What about Sailor Moon or something like that?
That's the most French answer I've ever heard. I want to be Sailor Moon. I want to feel the moon.
I want to be a Sailor Moon.
Which sailor would you be? Sailor Moon?
Of course.
She's the best. She's the hottest. Okay. Well, I mean, like, because like I came here originally because I liked anime and manga, but I still love anime and manga.
But I guess you are not here for this, especially now.
Well, I mean, no, but I mean, I still love it though. Like, I still like, I'll go on Netflix and I'll watch whatever new anime came out, or I'll go on Twitch and see who's illegally broadcasting old anime. Even if it's English dubs, I love it. I can't get. I mean, like, I won't sit through a shit anime, but I'll sit through like a good anime.
Well, I liked anime until like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Back to France, I entered an art school, and I did applied art, and there was also a specialization for narrative drawing. So all what is comics and anime and basically for animation work. So I
wanted to be an animator.
Yes, I learned how to draw in order to do animation and illustration and things like that.
Why were you into that? Like, did you want to become like an anime animator or something? Or like, you like Ego Raptor on the YouTubes or what?
No, I like illustration more. Like, just image.
Just drawing.
More than animation. But I learned about animation too.
But you went to the vocational school to learn something completely different, though.
Yes, actually, just drawing became kind of a hobby.
Yeah.
I wanted something like more job-ish, you know, like when you go to a vocational school to learn anime and draw like comics and illustration, you learn that this kind of jobs are pretty difficult. Like, everybody wants to do this. The thing is, if it was that easy, well, everybody would do it. And that's absolutely not the case. That's more difficult than this.
It seems like a really like stressful life. I hear that those guys are very underpaid and overworked.
Yes.
But so what kind of okay, well, I'm going to ask you some more questions about being French in the Japan, and then I'll ask you some stuff about the school. So you know, Japanese women, it seems to me like they have more of a romantic image of Western men when it comes to French men versus like English or American. Like, what do you think about that?
Well, I'm French and I'm super, like, I haven't been back to France for like almost 2 years now.
Okay.
In 5 years I went back twice. For everything I spent like 3 weeks in France.
Yeah.
Still after this 5 years I still completely tired of France. Maybe not France, but French people.
And I fucking hate French people.
Yeah, like all
Fucking
they can do
assholes.
is complain and being French.
Complain, smoke cigarettes, eat their baguettes, drink their cafe lattes.
Well, their cigarettes are super expensive there, so
Do you smoke?
no.
Oh.
But I see it in the news, not every day, but it's like, what? How many dollars is it? I think for one box it should be like $13 right now
Oh
in
wow.
France.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't smoke that often in Japan, but it's still like $4 or
$400?
$5. Yeah,
Four,
like
$4, yes, something like this.
that is really cheap. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of French people I know that come over here. They come over here because they're like, I like French people I meet here, but fuck everybody else who's French.
Yes. Well, French people who are coming here to live are usually not the same as people who are coming here for a visit,
Yeah.
like as a tourist.
Yeah.
Like the manner are totally different. People who come here in order to live are usually learning about Japanese culture,
Mm-hmm.
and so they usually read plenty of blogs that are saying bullshit about Japan, like how much they are following the rules.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, I mean, I think it's so funny. It feels like, you know the word pretentious, right? It's like, I feel that, I never watch any YouTube videos about, like, in French about Japan, but I feel like it's the same thing as people who do it in English, maybe.
Probably.
Like,
it's
just like, wow, look at this, like, wow, I don't speak any Japanese. Look at me having a fun time in Japan.
No.
No. Well,
No.
Well, I mean, I feel like French, like, what is it? I lost my virginity to a French girl, so that's my special connection to France, and she was hot. She had boobs,
Okay.
good boobs. But no, I meant like, but I always respect Europeans so much more than Americans because you guys speak more than one language automatically, pretty much.
Probably most French people can speak English,
But they don't want.
but
to
they don't
speak.
want.
Yeah.
We are in France. We speak French. Okay.
Yeah. But when you guys go abroad, like to Japan, I feel like it's easier for you guys maybe to learn another language because you already learned it, English. Conversationally
Well,
enough.
that's true. Like that. I think that's probably difficult as an American guy or English, like for American and English people, to learn new languages because, of course, you guys are used to see everybody speak like more or less English.
Yeah, it's the best language in the well, not the best, but it's the most used language.
That's
in
the
the world.
most useful,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Well, so like when you so like when girls or people talk to you, like in Japan, do they speak English to you or like French or like what do they try? Like when you're like, no, I'm not American, sacre bleu. How dare you?
Usually Japanese people have the same reaction as I don't know for American, but in France, when French people are seeing Asian people,
Yeah.
they will say that they're Chinese.
Ah. Okay.
And I think they have quite the same here. Like if you are European or white,
Mhm.
they will say you're American.
Ah. So you always get mistaken for American, maybe.
Well, most of the time, yes. Like learning English, I tried to erase my French accent.
Okay.
So like even like Japanese who don't know English so well probably don't get my accent.
Ah, it's not that bad.
And
You're not like
yeah, well-
Candlestick from Beauty and the Beast. Oh, we all guessed.
no.
We all guessed. But I mean, like, do you think it's like a leg up, or do you think it's like a bonus for you being French when you're trying to get laid here versus like pretending not to be French?
When I tried to get laid,
Laid,
I
hot
thought
sex.
I thought we were be talking about my school, but
Well, I'm gonna get to your school. I'm just talking about you as a French guy living in Japan.
Well, it's different according to the person you want to, like, you are meeting.
Well,
of
I mean,
course.
I always do a thing, like, I have a thing where I don't like to date girls who know English. I want to date a girl who speaks only Japanese.
Well, for me, as long as they don't know French, it's okay. Of course, in order to learn Japanese,
Yeah.
finding a girlfriend is the best you can do.
Okay.
Because basically you cannot speak anything but Japanese. And yes, I think that's why my spoken Japanese got pretty good.
Okay.
It's that
You had a Japanese girlfriend.
I went out with Japanese girls that are not talking any other languages.
Yeah. Was it easier to make was it easy to make Japanese guy friends too? I mean, you're in a school with a bunch of them, right?
At school, well, the problem to make friends at school was not my origin. It was more the age difference.
What's the age difference?
Well, I'm 26.
Yeah.
And basically when you enter Senmongakko, vocational school, you just get out of, what is it in English?
school?
High school.
Okay.
So basically you are like 18 or
Yeah.
something like this.
So they're like 8 years younger than you.
Yes.
So?
And Japanese people are usually, I mean, I think,
Yeah.
at least to compare with French people, European people probably,
Yeah.
they are less mature than,
Oh yeah. They're way. They got no idea what's going on.
yes, they don't have that much life experiences, and I don't know what they lack of, but
Social and emotional intelligence is way down in
that's
Asia.
pretty much, that's super different.
Well, but I mean, you know, sink or swim, go and adapt.
Well,
It's been tough though for you.
I was not at school to make friends.
No.
I was at school to get my diploma at the end,
Yeah.
and to, well, get my level bigger. Like,
Level up.
Yes.
Get to the next level of get to Super Saiyan level French.
Well, not French, but about my specialty, which is, by the way, interior design.
Yeah, so tell me first, before I get to interior design school, so you went to Japanese language school, right? Which one did you go to, if you don't mind me asking?
There is an English name. The English name is Tokyo Design Academy.
Tokyo Design Academy.
Yes.
That's the Japanese language school?
No, that's the design school.
Oh no, I wanna ask about the Japanese school first.
The Japanese language school was also a senmongakko, also
Oh really?
vocational language school.
Okay.
It's-
What was it called?
It was called Waseda Foreign
Oh my God!
Language
You
College.
JCFL?
Yes.
JCFL.
JCFL.
Was it in Takanababa?
Yes.
Yeah, I taught there.
Really?
I taught there for 6 months.
Yes,
yeah.
there are also English teachers.
Yeah, the pay was really good, but all the teachers would always fuck the students, so they always had to switch out the teachers for the foreign teachers.
Well, for the 2 years I've been there, it was always the same English teachers.
Really, for each one?
Yes.
Oh man, they gave me such I didn't fuck any students, but they when I was there, 2 teachers had to leave because they told me that sorry to segue into your interview about this funny story, but I remember one guy, I'm still friends with him, he had to leave because what is it, he didn't date one of the students, but he was hanging out with them a lot because I guess he was friends with their mom or something, but he would also hang out with them. But yeah, what is it, they had strict rules, like no phone numbers, no emails, but all the teachers had their real names on Facebook, so if those female students liked them, they would find them on Facebook, and then the guys would wait until summer vacation because there's no rules, I guess, during that time, and then they would fuck the hot younger students. I didn't do it. Those guys did, though. They did so much.
When I was there, many of the Japanese students that were learning English were pretty hot, though.
Yeah, they were hot. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember. I heard one of the teachers telling me, he's like, that school's just for retarded students who couldn't get into college.
Well, that's true. That the Japanese friends I get there are not. Maybe I shouldn't say this here.
It's fine.
Well,
though,
they are doing their best.
Did you have fun though at the school? Was it good? I liked their campus. It's really nicely designed the way it's set up.
It's It was not bad. The thing is, all the other students were Asian,
Yeah.
Chinese or Korean,
Mm.
and so Chinese already have the kanjis and Korean already have the grammar
Yeah.
to learn Japanese, and so everybody was learning so fast.
Ah.
So basically, at the end of my 2 years, my classmates were intending the N1.
Oh wow.
While I couldn't manage to finish the N2. So
Did you how did you find that school? Did you find that when you were in Japan or when you were in France?
no, I found it in Japan. Basically, when one of my visas ending, I panic and I find something else to stay here, maybe less than 1 month before the end of my visa. It's just a panic thing, and I found this school because there was a Japanese guy in my former guest house,
Yeah.
and his girlfriend was Taiwanese and
Ah.
was following Japanese classes there.
I heard that on working holiday though you have to leave the country and then come back to get a new visa. Was that true?
At least not for French.
Oh, you were just able to stay and switch the visa right here.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I've never been, so far I've never had to go somewhere else in order to change my visa.
You didn't have to do a visa run. Oh wow. So wait. So you went to that school for 2 years, you said?
I went for 2 years.
How
yes.
how much did it cost?
Well, I don't remember. How much that is? 2 years?
I'm just curious for anybody who's watching the interview if they want to come to Japan.
In
for their
dollars,
school.
maybe between 8,000 and
20,000
$10,000
for 2 years or 1 year?
for 2 years.
Wow. And they set up the visa for you.
Yes.
Okay.
They are doing all the papers, and you have to go to immigration to post them.
Did your Japanese level go up, you think, because you went to that school?
Oh, yes, I guess.
I hope so.
Well, it can go down anyway.
Yeah.
When you have to go to school 5 times a week for 4 or 5 hours.
Ah.
It cannot go down, but yes, maybe I'd say if you are motivated enough,
Mm.
and you can't pay for the books,
Yeah.
I think you can do it by yourself too.
So where was so switching from there to your Senmon Gakko? So how did you find your what was the name of the school again?
Tokyo Design Academy.
Tokyo Design Academy.
Yes.
How did you find out about them?
I was looking for. Well, I was hesitating
Why?
between fashion design and interior design.
Yeah, well, you're French. I would think that, well, either one of those is very French, I would think. But for fashion design, you get to like hang out with hot, cute chicks all the time. Design their sexy clothes.
I should have. I knew I made a mistake.
So why did you choose interior?
I choose interior because I have sense for decoration more than for clothes. I mean, I look at myself and maybe I would have had to do a longer way from my current level if I chose the fashion design.
Okay, well, so how long? Wait, so you went to that school for 2 years too, right?
Yes.
Did they give you a visa?
Yes, actually, when I went to the Japanese school, they only gave me 1 year visa that I renewed after the first year. But in this school, if you are here for 2 years, they basically do the papers for 2 years. You don't have to go back to the immigration to renew it.
Oh wow! Oh, that's very convenient.
That's convenient.
Well, so is the school, was it roughly the same price as your as the language
Oh
school?
no, it was way more expensive.
Way more expensive.
Oh yes, it was for 1 year. I think it was like maybe 12,000 boxes.
$12,000?
Yes.
For 1 year, and you
For
went there
1
for
year.
2 years.
And I went there for 2 years.
Mm.
And 12,000 doesn't include the material you have to buy afterward.
How much do the materials cost?
Like for 1 year, maybe. Well, I mean that's not so much, but I was doing like this models, you know, the miniature.
Yeah.
So the plastic in order to do this was, well, not too expensive, but
How much do you think you spent in 2 years for all the project materials?
I don't know, maybe another $500, something like this.
Oh, that's not that bad. But so like at your school though, like how many, so you said 90% of the people are Japanese, right?
I'd say less than this, maybe 2/3 of the
That's like
school is
75%.
Japanese. 75, yes.
60, 65, 75%.
There
So
were many Chinese students too.
do you think those Chinese people are wanting to like work in Japan afterwards or like go back home?
Well, in my school it was half.
Okay. Well, what about, how was the dude to chick ratio at the school?
That was 50-50 too.
Really? 50-50?
Yes.
I would think there would be more women doing the interior design.
I thought too.
You were wrong.
I was wrong.
Were at least any of them cute?
Oh, there were many cute girls, but as I told before, like the mentality is absolutely not the same.
None of them would come up to you and they'd be like, "Oh, Hugo, sugoi, Francis, sugoi."
I got this from second year's graphic design students
Okay.
that wanted a model to take pictures for their ads.
Oh yeah, I remember you brought those here. You're like, "Look, I'm a model now."
Well, I do it professionally too. But well, if I can ask them like for a bento or something like this as a counterpart, you know, like
Compensation.
compensation.
Well, so what? Wait. So you went there for 2 years. What kind of stuff do you study to be an interior designer? Like, put the bookshelf here. Put the chair here.
Well, I learned again what is color arrangements.
Okay.
How do you call it? I
Color
don't know.
coordination. maybe?
Coordination, yes. Of course, I learned it in my French school before.
Okay. That- So, like, when it says interior designer, what does that mean though? Like, you're just like designing a room, or like designing a whole inside of a building and rooms together, or what?
There are many things we are learning there. We are doing the decoration in interior.
Yeah.
So, for example, an interior designer can do like now most stores, restaurants, or shop does have interior designer.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about only about the product they're selling. That this is also about the atmosphere they want to give their store.
Okay. So it's more for like businesses.
It's for businesses, but we also do for private, like people who would like to rearrange or decorate their apartments, or for hotel rooms. Many things. We are also doing piece of equipment like chair, table.
Like designing furniture?
Yes, furniture.
Wait, so like what? Okay, well, so is this the job that like is this your dream job, or is it just something you're curious about?
I'm not so much into making furniture, but if I have to get interior designer job, probably for decoration or coordination,
Yeah.
things like this.
Well, do you think like you'd want to do something that's like more like serious, like a hotel room, or something that's like more tacky, like a Harajuku theme park, like the Vampire Cafe or something?
I've been, well, during the classes I was trying to make them more different things as I could,
Okay.
because my goal is to improve. I just don't want to be a one trick pony, like not do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
So yes, I tried to do Monster Cafe or things like this style. That's a bit complicated. Maybe I'm more of a hotel room or hotel lobby thing.
You want something a little bit more conservative, maybe?
Probably. I mean, I have a certain style, but that stays in the, like, it's not super weird either.
Do you feel like you're judging every room you ever walk into now after going to that school? You're like, oh, I hate where they put that chair. That's a shit place to put the chair.
Yes. I've been looking for work, and I know if I find a work, I'd be willing to move out from here.
Yeah.
And so I began to look for apartments.
Okay.
I mean, I don't do it now because Corona things. The thing is, as interior designer, it's not only what is inside the room, it's also how the room is built.
Most rooms in Japan are square, rectangle though. They're pretty straightforward.
Actually, if you were watching on Sumo or this kind of,
Like the apartment finding website.
yes, you'd be surprised what kind of shapes you can find.
But so like do you think that like this is a career or something you just want to do for a visa to like get a job while you're in Japan until you find out what you really want to do?
I think that would be something I would do for a few years, like in order to gather money and do what I really want to do.
What do you really want to do?
Well, it's been probably a year now. I really want to learn about Japanese ceramics and
Ceramics.
how do you call it? Like the floral floral arrangement, like
Ikebana, you mean? Okay, okay. Okay, so you want to do like more cultural, like studying in Japan, kind of like how Marvin does calligraphy?
Yes. I mean, I want to find a work I can do from home, or at least something I can do without killing myself in a Japanese company.
Do you feel that, like, so you're only 26, but do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids?
At some points, probably, but right now I don't think about it.
It's not like a very strong, like, feeling inside you?
No, I don't really care. I met many Japanese girls, and I had some really bad experiences. I'm crying. No,
Well,
but I'm 26. I want to have a little bit. I want to enjoy a little bit more, since I still have my hair.
do you see yourself ever going back to France to live and work?
Right now and in the near
future, yeah.
near future, no, never.
No. So you like living in Japan?
I like living here, and I hate living in France.
Well, you live on an island with only 3,000 people. God, like the.
Well, if I want to find a work in France, it will not be there.
It won't be there even after Corona.
It's like 60% old people and 40% cow. So.
Yeah. That sounds like the best place ever. God, why would you leave?
It's good for summer if you want to go to beach or things like this. But,
do you miss your parents or friends at all, or do they miss you?
well, I have some friends in France. Not so many actually.
Yeah.
But I don't think we miss each other. I think we are.
It's such like a European thing.
We are busy doing our own things, and we talk sometimes. I miss a little bit more my parents, and I think they miss me even more.
So tell me like 3 random things you like about Japan.
The fact I can take a stroll at night without getting stabbed randomly.
Aw, but I would love that part about France. What else? Just anything off the top of your head.
People here are not noisy and not complaining all the time. Maybe in the contrary, if they were complaining a little bit more, it would be nicer, probably. And a third thing, I don't know if, well, yes, I like Japanese girls. I like Asian girls.
Asian girls are hot. Even after 13 years of being in Japan, I still only jerk into Japanese porn. It's so hot.
Yeah.
I can't get off without hearing those sweet, sweet, sweet angelic noises.
That's the yellow fever.
I have yellow pneumonia. I have yellow AIDS.
That's next level.
I've got like super yellow AIDS. It's like the highest level yellow fever you can get. Okay, well, what is it? Okay, and for that. Anyway, guys, I think that's gonna be it for Hugo's interview. Hugo, thanks so much for being on the interview, dude.
Thank you.
Do you have any social media or anything you want to tell them about?
I have.
Like a website or Instagram or something?
I don't have website. I have an Instagram, like I'm using to post my model things.
Well, you can shout it out here. You get some followers, maybe.
It's all new, but well, it's the French manner with, how do you call it, like the underline
Okay.
between.
We'll put the link in the description. Anyway, if you guys like this stuff, is that all for the plug for the Instagram?
Yes.
Cool. He's going to start streaming soon, and I'll shout that out as soon as that happens. Anyway, guys, if you want to see more of these interviews, make sure to write it down in the comments so I'll get more motivated to do this. And, hot sex. Cool. Okay.
Hot
Thanks,
sex.
Hugo.